I'm at the Bo's Garage, guys. So I know y'all seen the news. Nissan apparently has 12 to 14 months left before they're done. Now, as any of y'all know, we're a little bit partial to Nissans here on this channel. And, you know, it comes to say is also for a time I worked for Nissan. And I can see the mismanagement on the wall. And Nissan tends to have cycles, at least from what I've seen, like Chrysler, where they're on top of the world and then they're hemorrhaging. On top of the world, hemorrhaging. In the late 1990s, Nissan was bankrupt. And then they had the CEO come in named Carlos Ghosn. And I know if you're older than, 20 years old, you remember in the late 90s, Nissans they were out there. They had some wild, kind of cool stuff. Even here in America, where we don't get half the cool shit the rest of the world does. And then Carlos Ghosn took over, and we noticed, Nissan cars all got very corporate. But then, you started seeing Nissans everywhere. Everywhere. Now, granted, their subpar lending scheme was a little bit part of that, too. But Nissan became profitable again. They were selling like hotcakes. For a good long while, there was a Nissan nearly in every driveway. Hell, their profitability got so good, they brought their first full-size pickup truck to the market. And I will stand toe-to-toe and argue this all day long, especially the first generation of this truck is one of the, maybe not the most, but one of the most reliable trucks you can buy. I put it up there with the leagues of the GMT 800 platform and the Toyota Tundra, not the generation right before this current one, the one that went on for like 20 years. I don't know what their platform was called, but reliable ass trucks. You could beat on them. They don't care. The Armadas are the same way. The interior will fall to shit, and some of the exterior components, the body, but the driveline won't die. So it's like they have the recipe for success. They let this truck flounder for 12 years. And the thing is, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Full-size truck buyers are like kids that only eat chicken nuggets and mac and cheese. Unless you keep the thing shiny in front of them, they're not going to try shit. Here in America, people are very, very brand loyal. And it's sad because I think brand loyalty is one of the dumbest things in the world. You have the guys like, oh, my Dodge is better, my Ford's better, my Chevy's better than theirs. It's the dumbest shit in the world. They all suck ass, especially the new cars. But I sit here and watch people, and I think that's what GM's banking on with GM's problems. As shitty as their new trucks have been, especially the V8s, they're like, oh, we're America, you love us, you're going to keep buying us. Where you have people like me who's like, I don't care, I've had the spectrum. I've had Dodge trucks, Ford trucks, Chevrolet trucks, Nissan trucks. Me personally, I like the Nissans best. The thing is, all in all, I think you get good value for your money. And that's all I'm ever after, is good value for my money. But, but all that happened, Nissan got very corporate, and from what I understand, a bunch of people in Japan got really angry with Carlos Ghosn because he cut a whole crap load of jobs in Japan. And the Japanese people are like, all right, motherfucker. Well, next you know, there's some charges. Apparently he did something. I don't know if he did or didn't. That's up to the courts. So then he fled. Well, now we see Nissan making really dumb decisions again and going bankrupt. They killed off one of their best-selling cars, the Altima, which blows my mind because I don't know where y'all live, but I know where I live, there's a fucking Altima everywhere. Everybody's got a damn Altima. And it's not a bad-looking, it's an affordable, not bad-looking car. So, I mean, it was a recipe for success. It obviously sold in great numbers, and they're just like, yeah, we're just going to kill it. So, That, and then they have the 2.5 4-cylinder. It's the no, not VQ, but I forgot the engine day's name. But the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, damn near bulletproof little engine. I mean, yes, there's the Jatco CVT. We all know the CVT. The modern ones aren't as bad as the older ones, but that's not saying much. But the 2.5 wouldn't die. So, you know what? Get rid of the 2.5. We're going to bring a variable compression 3-cylinder. When I was at Nissan, we had these engines in a crate, in a shipping container out back, because they broke so fucking much. So it's like, it seems like every time they get something good going for them, somebody in corporate, you know, when something corporate shakes up, ta-da, we're going to screw up. The Titan, they floundered on this truck. If they'd have put more effort into keeping it up to date and marketing, these things would have sold way better. But Nissan also shot themselves in the foot, because most people associate Nissan with bad transmissions. The transmission in these trucks is actually pretty damn solid, where the regular, you know, the CVTs is what killed them. And I've literally had customers ask me, well, don't those have CVTs in them? No, the trucks never did. The Frontier sold so well, even being, you know, that generation, the last generation debuted when I was in 4th grade, and it went away in 2020. But it did so well because it was cheap. It was a cheap, affordable truck. But it is what it is, you know. I hate to see Nissan going through this. I hope that somebody basically like Carlos Ghosn walks in there and straightens that shit out, because I like Nissan. I think they build some pretty solid products, you know. I know I'm going to probably get some hate for that one, but what can you do? I'm not in the corporate world. I'm just some fucking retard in Mississippi. They're not going to listen to me. But yeah, do it. And I completely pushed the button and then mind blank. I'm sorry. Another problem they have is the fucking Nissan Z. The new Z is brilliant. It's a great car. It's super fun to drive. But it's $45,000. $45,000 for that thing. It's not a $45,000 car. And that is one of the biggest complaints I ever would hear from, you know, people that were interested in Zs. On top of that, when they were getting them in, dealers were marking them up ridiculously. It's like, you already overpriced a sports car, a little two-door roadster that's always been known to be an affordable, fun car, and now you're making it more expensive. And it's like, it sucks because on paper and driving-wise, the new Z is brilliant. It is a brilliant car, but that price tag just, what? You could nearly buy 2 Miatas for that. I think the Miata's like 25 G's or something like that. So you could get like 2 nice Miatas for that. And it's like, you know, it just... And I'm all for, hey, let's build some manual transmission enthusiast cars. They did it, but they overpriced the fuck out of it. And then if they're going to wonder why aren't these selling as well? Because they're too expensive. For that price point, you know, the enthusiast that's going to want the car could go get a Mustang or a Camaro. I mean, they kind of could get a Charger. I know, I think they still got some leftover Chargers. But, like, at that point, I could go get a Mustang that's more powerful for the same money. And it's not much bigger. So, you know, it's dumbass decisions like that is what's shooting Nissan in the leg. And it makes me angry because it's like, you have a great company that's got, you know, a presence here in the U.S. It's got a presence. It's got a following. There's people like me that are big Nissan fans that really like, you know, Nissan products. But it's like, what are you doing here? You're screwing this up. And I'll give it to them, like, the interiors have come a long way from the corporate bullshit of the mid-2000s. Like, the new Pathfinders, I don't know if y'all have sat in one, but they are nice. They are really nice. And I'm not an SUV person, but if I was going to go shop for an SUV, I would look at one of those. It's very nice. I feel like you get a lot for your money with that. But it's like, dude, stop it. I don't know who's in charge over there, but somebody's got to need to come in there. We need, like, Lee Iacocca again, or, Carlos Ghosn, somebody to whip Nissan into shape, whip Chrysler back into shape, because this is just, y'all screwing everything up over there. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hope y'all have a great, fantastic day.